It is often considered to be one of the ugliest animals on the planet. Maybe that explains why the warthog might be struggling with some insecurity. There are 16 different pig species in the world, including this ugly thing in Africa. Even its name is ugly, the warthog. It has tusks like an elephant and facial warts like some humans. Its name even comes from the massive wart-like lumps that come out of its face. Scientists really aren't sure why they have these warts. One theory is that it's to provide a bit of a buffer during a warthog fight, which happens a lot during mating season, as males ram each other with their massive heads. Warthogs are designed to put up a fight if need be. They're born with thicker skin around their knees, so they can drop down with ease during a scuffle. Their biggest weapon is their tusks. Both males and females have strange-looking tusks jutting out of their face. The upper two tusks can grow up to 10 inches long. They also have two shorter tusks below that can cause some damage in a fight, but they also help them dig in the dirt for grubs and insects. But despite having the build of a fighter, the warthog prefers to be left alone and will most often choose flight over fight. Warthogs have longer legs than any other swine species. That means they can run up to 34 miles an hour to help them get away from danger. Males prefer to be solitary. Maybe they're self-conscious about their looks. Females are more social, especially when they have young piglets with them. Females hang out in groups called sounders, made up of up to 40 warthogs, sleeping close and even grooming each other. Warthogs are incredibly smart and have adapted different ways to keep an eye on predators, including being squatters. To save themselves the trouble of building their own homes, they move into abandoned aardvark homes instead. They always enter in backwards, rump first, so that they can make sure they're not being followed and can use their sharp tusks as a bouncer if any trouble comes knocking. Those burrows also help them deal with high temperatures. They're the only species of pig that can live without water for several months. They have special cooling techniques that help them get through the hot summers in East Africa. Warthogs also try and outsmart other warthogs. They communicate by leaving different smells for each other, secreting a fluid from their scent glands in their faces to mark their water holes and their sleeping and feeding areas. The warthogs will spray extra high to pretend they're bigger than they actually are. There's no denying it. Warthogs are pretty ugly, and maybe that's why they've adopted the traits of several other better-looking animals. But they're survivors, and though they may not win any beauty contests, they seem to be winning in the game of life. The giant anteater looks like a fashionista in designer furs. But upon closer examination, this creature is also donning the look of several other animals. Deep inside Central and South America lives a solitary beast, a loner, a recluse. It's got the body of a large dog, a nose like a small elephant, and claws like a bear. Maybe because it's misunderstood, or because it's one of the strangest-looking creatures around, its identity truly seems to be rooted in the saying, "You are what you eat." The anteater is even named for its preferred meal, whether it likes it or not. The truth is, they eat other insects too, so maybe they've been unfairly branded. But essentially, the anteater is a vacuum. Its body is perfectly designed to catch prey, with its long snout and even longer tongue, which can stretch out an impressive 2 feet from the mouth. Relative to its body size, the anteater has the second longest tongue among all mammals. This mega-efficient tongue can flick up to 160 times per minute, lapping up to 35,000 insects in a single day. The anteater's saliva also plays a huge role. It's thick and sticky, and there's lots of it, perfect for trapping insects before they even know what's happening. The anteater doesn't have teeth or a typical jawbone because it doesn't need to chew. It uses strong digestive juices to break down the bugs it eats. It has to work fast, since ants fight back with painful stings. The anteater spends an average of 1 minute snacking on an ant's nest, being careful not to destroy it so that it can come back later for seconds. After all, it's not a savage. So maybe it's not a loner, or maybe it just mastered the art of consumption. It mastered another trait as well, its tail. The big bushy tail is hard to miss. It can stretch to almost its entire body length. That's to make it look bigger, so that predators leave it alone. And if they don't leave it alone, well, the anteater has a solution for that. Its mega-sharp claws are 4 inches long, used to tear openings into ant hills, but also to fight off impressive predators like pumas and even jaguars. In order to keep its claws in razor-sharp condition, it walks on its wrists, just like a gorilla. The anteater is also practically blind. To compensate, its sense of smell is 40 times stronger than a human's. Bugs don't provide it with a lot of calories, even with the 200 ants' nests it visits each day. So it's adapted to have a slow metabolism and one of the lowest body temperatures of mammals, at just over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's just slightly lower than its closest relative, the sloth, and makes it one cool customer. The anteater is stuck with its name, like it or not. But on the inside, like most creatures, maybe it wonders what it really is. But at least it's contemplating it on a full stomach.